to the Chill and Chat talk show.
And we are so excited to be back for season 2.
Oh, I can't believe it's season 2 already.
I know. I mean, we had a little bit of time off and got
Just 2
rejuvenated.
weeks,
And yes, and here we are back again, and we got lots of exciting things coming up.
Yes, we have some great lineups of guests and more hikes.
More hiking.
And more wine.
And more wine. And I think our first one coming up for the hike is the Abbey Grind. So
Oh, well, let's not talk about that. That was really hard. Oh my goodness. Abbey Grind.
yeah, you complained
I had no idea how hard it was.
You complained the whole way up.
I was mountain climbing again. I can't believe it.
Well, it's apparently not as grindy as the grouse grind. So we have to do the grouse grind
now we
next,
have to do that one too?
Yeah.
Ooh,
And,
okay.
and of course, we're featuring a new wine segment called our new name. I'm so excited. We'd love to hear feedback. Utterly Uncorked.
Yes. So again, we'll be doing different wines, sharing lots of wine tips and ideas, including some food pairing, and of course our stories.
Yes, and the food pairing is coming up, perfect timing. We're going to learn lots of stuff, but we have Thanksgiving coming up, so that's really exciting.
Yes.
I love Thanksgiving. It's
Me
like
too.
one of my favorite holidays.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
What are you doing for Thanksgiving?
Well, I'm having my family over. I invited all the kids, but
Nice.
one can't make it now already because he's working.
Oh, well, one less than 5. I don't know how you keep track of them.
My daughter's in Ontario, so she's
Right.
going to go to Thanksgiving with my extended family.
Yes.
How about you?
Well, I'm hoping to get an invite from my dad. He has a farm in Salmon Arm, and it's just like acres
Okay, wait a
of-
minute. You can't just invite yourself over?
Well, I can, obviously, but it's COVID. That's the only thing.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
yes.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, so I'm excited about that because it's literally everything on the table is made from the farm.
Oh, that sounds
there's
amazing.
nothing store-bought,
Oh,
and it's
wow.
just acres of beauty and tranquility. So
Oh, that sounds amazing. Can I come too?
Hey, I could ask him.
And my whole family?
They probably wouldn't even care. They're the types that more the merrier. So
all right.
yes, yeah. But to celebrate the upcoming holiday weekend here, we have some Thanksgiving wine tips with our new wine segment.
Yes. So up next, Utterly Uncorked.
Welcome to season 2 and our new segment.
And we're calling this one Utterly Uncorked.
And we're very excited because we're going to do lots of highlights of wines and share lots of tips about wine drinking and pairing and lots of great stories.
Yes, lots of stories.
Yes.
It's all about the stories.
So what's the first one that we have?
Well, we have a Pinot Noir from Cedar Creek. We we were just wine tasting there a couple of weeks ago.
One of our favorite places. We were there
Absolutely.
almost every weekend this summer, and now we're members.
Yes, we're
we
both
love their
members.
wines.
So this is their Platinum series. And so you can only buy them as a set, right? Do you
Yes.
want to bring out the other
So we
two?
have
Yes.
the other set here.
And it's absolutely amazing. So let's have a little taste of
Okay.
this.
So
Swirl.
Oh, right.
Swirl. And cheers.
Lovely. Light-bodied and
A
refreshing.
little bit of floral.
Yeah. Red cherries, red
Berries, maybe?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
really? Nice and light.
Yeah.
And this is what you're going to want to get this weekend.
Yes, because Thanksgiving's coming up, and this is the perfect wine to pair with turkey.
Absolutely. For pairing with turkey, you
Yeah.
either want to do like a Chardonnay or a Pinot Noir.
Exactly. And with the red wines, if you're a red wine drinker, this is perfect because of the high acidity and low tannins. So
Yes.
low tannins, you end up having the higher the tannins, the more drier your mouth is. So with turkey that's drier, you want to have the low tannin reds, which is more the light bodies. And so this is perfect.
Absolutely
to
perfect.
pair. Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yes. And of course we have Thanksgiving coming up.
Yes.
And it's like one of my favorite holidays. I love it.
Me too.
All the family comes and dinner. And,
yes.
yeah.
And you know what we do in our family for Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
We all sit around the table having our big turkey, and everybody says what they're thankful for.
Oh, I
It's our tradition.
I
We do that
love
every year.
that. I
Oh,
love that. We should do that.
Sure, let's do it.
right here.
Okay.
Yeah. So what
let's-
are you thankful for?
Oh, put me on the spot. For first. All right, well, first thing, of course, family. My husband, he's so amazing and supportive. My brothers and sisters, my kids, and my best friend, Jenny. I'm thankful for living in Chilliwack, the most beautiful place in the world.
Okay, and I brought you here.
You did. Thank you for doing that.
Absolutely. And you know, I'm all those things too, for sure. Like,
Yes.
you know, family, my husband, my kids, my sister, my nieces and everyone. And of course, you know, living in Chilliwack, this is an amazing town.
It is,
And
absolutely.
hey, and also working with you.
Aw.
And chill and chat.
Aw, well, cheers
Yes.
to that.
And-
And thank you to our audience for watching.
Yes, thank you.
Welcome back. Oh my goodness, that Pinot Noir was amazing.
It was absolutely
Oh,
amazing.
That was so good.
Of course, the Cedar Creek winery that it comes from is absolutely fantastic too.
That's
And
where we met the other Jenny.
That's
Yes.
where, yeah, and I think we spent a little too much time there at Cedar Creek.
Oh, I know. It was so much fun though.
Yeah, and now we're members.
I know.
Yeah.
We're members of a lot of them now.
Yeah, we are. That's the occupational hazard of this job, I think, is
Anyone who goes wine touring, it could be an occupational hazard.
exactly.
Anyways, we've got mail, Jenny.
Oh, okay.
I'll go first. Dear Trish and Jenny, what was your husband's worst birthday gift he gave you? Murray from Kamloops. Well, I know that's the second letter we got
I was
from
going to
Murray.
say, I was just recognizing Murray's name there.
And he actually knows the answer to this, which is probably why he sent me this email.
Right.
Well, I have to say I know right away. It is when I
course you would
turned
know right away.
30 and Bruce and I were newlyweds. We'd been married less than a year.
Yeah.
His first gift to me for my birthday was scissors so
my
I could
goodness.
cut his hair.
Okay, that's bad. I
That's
have to
bad.
say,
Okay,
that's
yeah.
bad.
Scissors so I could cut his hair.
Bruce, that's terrible.
Anyways, that was my worst gift, but we've worked it all out since then. So
Okay, I'm glad you're still married because that would have been questionable for sure.
how about you, Jenny?
I know. I was thinking as you were saying that, I honestly cannot think of a worse birthday gift from my husband.
Really?
But yeah, but then
They're all
again-
amazing?
Well, that's the thing. I can't even think of a best one either. So I think
Oh,
that
okay.
you know it's just really not my love language. So I don't really pay that much attention.
All right. So
yeah.
you've had no worse. I'm sure over time it'll probably come to you.
Maybe it'll come to me,
Or
and
maybe
then I'll
it'll
have
come to me because
yeah.
I can remember these things.
It'll probably come to you because obviously more important to you than it is to me for sure.
Could be, yes. All right, here's another letter.
Okay, so dear Trish and Jenny, as you both run the Total Makeover Challenge, could you share some tips on not overindulging during Thanksgiving? Agnes from Chilliwack, and so true. Yes, it's very hard not to overindulge on that Thanksgiving weekend.
Absolutely, yes. All right, well, Agnes must obviously know about the Total Makeover Challenge, but to any of our viewers who don't know what the Total Makeover Challenge, it's a total makeover challenge. When we say that, we mean weight loss, inch loss, nutrition,
Personal
support.
development.
Yeah, personal development.
4 months is for women, and so of course that includes the weight loss part, and thus the question, I'm sure.
That's the question, yes.
So we have lots of great tips. So for one, make sure that you eat during the day because you do not want to go starving to a Thanksgiving dinner.
Okay.
Otherwise, you're just going to eat everything in sight.
See, I always save my appetite.
Yeah,
So
and
don't
then-
do that?
No,
Okay, all right,
because
all
you're
right, all right.
starving, and then you eat way more than you actually, should.
Okay.
And then those snacks should be protein snacks, because of course that keeps you fuller than if you're having carbs throughout the day. So that's
Okay,
definitely
that
a
makes
tip.
sense.
Yeah.
I would say drink less alcohol.
Yes,
I think
definitely.
that helps.
That's a
One
little
thing that I do
temptation.
is you have the soda water.
Yes.
And the glass of wine.
Well, that's our rule we have.
Yeah, I know. So you drink some wine, and then we say, if we're together, we say we have to drink
Yes.
a whole glass of
Yeah.
soda water in
We have
between.
a glass
or you
of
mix,
soda
if it's
water.
white wine mixed with soda water doesn't taste bad.
Exactly.
It's like a
yes.
sparkling.
Yeah.
Sparkling drink.
Yeah, so during the dinner itself, just really pay attention. Don't do mindless eating and choose more protein, turkey and the veggies and the salads. Go less on the carb stuff,
You know what?
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than being overstuffed
Yes.
after Thanksgiving.
Yes,
And
that
I
is-
do have to, I'm going to throw my sisters under the bus for a minute.
Oh,
Sorry.
good. I like that.
But every Thanksgiving when we were younger, and
Yeah.
even when we get together when we were older,
Yeah.
they would eat so much that they would have to undo the buttons on their pants. And they'd always say, did you undo your button? And I'm like, I never did. I actually never
Okay.
did.
Yeah.
And they're all laying back like this, and their buttons are open. And And you know what? That's just not a great feeling.
No,
Sorry.
so that actually stopped you from eating more because you kept your button on.
Yes.
Okay.
It did, because I purposely wouldn't take my button off for that reason.
Good suggestion. Like that.
Anyways, are we ready for our guest?
Yes. So we're going to be chatting with Gert Hansen, registered nurse and registered psychiatric nurse at the Surrey Memorial Hospital, who made a decision to go homeless for 30 days to help raise awareness on what it's like to live on the streets.
Yes, but first, a word from our sponsor. Welcome, Gert Hansen.
Yeah, welcome.
It's so great to have you here.
Thank you. It's so nice to be here.
So, Gert, can you start by telling us a little bit about yourself and why you made the decision to go homeless for 30 days? Wow.
Well, that's actually a long story, but I'll try to make it short. Basically, it started when I was very young, and I saw my first homeless person when my parents were driving to Vancouver. And I can remember thinking, what would I do if I was homeless? And I can remember seeing these big cylinders in Langley as you drove down the bypass. And I can remember thinking, maybe I would go in there to stay dry.
Wow.
And then it was, when I went and worked at Surrey Memorial Hospital. I work as a psychiatric nurse and a registered nurse. And it was there that I would see the homeless, I would see the drug addicted, I would see those broken and hurting people, and I would think, how can I help them? And so I would give them, maybe we'd get them clothing or we'd get them some apple juice, but it was hardly anything, right? It was hardly anything.
Wow.
And then we work with inner city kids for the last 30 years in the heart of Surrey. And those kids grew up in poverty. And many times their families would find themselves in very harsh situations. So it was there that I decided that I was talking to a friend at work, and I decided, he had said something like, oh, when I retire, I'm going to go homeless. And I thought to myself, I'm going to go homeless. But it would be quite a few years because at that time my kids were school-age children, and I didn't think it was appropriate for me as a mom to take off. So then it had to be the right timing. And I also had to feel, that it was right for me to do, because you're not going to put yourself in harm's way going onto the streets of Vancouver unless you feel somewhat, if I could use the word led, to do this.
Wow. Wow.
So you made the decision and you went and lived on the streets for 30 days. So tell us a little bit about that experience.
Okay, I think the most important thing to say about that experience is that I'm not drug addicted.
Right.
I'm not mentally ill.
Right.
And so I could think on my feet.
Right.
I could strategize.
Right.
And those 30 days, 30 days isn't a short amount of time.
Right.
I don't even think I realized how long it was until the first day I was out there. And then I was like walking down Granville. I can remember the city began to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And I thought to myself, what have I done? And I had to quickly pull myself together. I had this one bracelet, and it had that famous Bible verse, trust in the Lord with all of your heart and lean not to your own understanding. And I thought I had to stop myself mentally and say, no, you have to look at it and you have to take it one day at a time.
Wow.
You can't look at it like 30 days.
Yeah,
Wow.
amazing. Well, share what a day and a night would look like living on the street, and what are some of the hardships people face every day?
Okay, I think the hardest thing and the biggest thing that I was focused on was safety.
Right.
It was all about my safety and being safe. So I received I gave myself the same amount of money that somebody on the street gets, which is $335.
Like a month?
Yes, a month.
Wow.
So basically, and then I had to minus my phone because, of course, my husband did want me to have a phone. And a lot of homeless, like I would say the majority of homeless people have a phone.
Right.
It's just, their connection, it's their entertainment, it's everything for them. So I had a phone and minus my my giving to, I give every month to the church. So minus that, that 10%.
Oh my goodness, what did that leave you?
That left me 200, something like 230 or something like that.
For a month.
Yeah, so that's what I had to live off of.
Right.
Wow.
But so the day and the night would look something like this. You know, you don't sleep during the day. That was the biggest thing. I mean, you sleep during the day, sorry.
Right. Oh,
You sleep during the day, you are up all night.
Okay.
Because of course you're trying to stay safe. Wow. And so that was the main strategy was staying safe. Mm-hmm. Your second strategy is where you're going to eat, how you're going to provide for yourself. But I would say the hardest thing was the sleep deprivation.
Right.
Because I'm trying to sleep during the day. It's noisy. It's the city. People are around. I'm sleeping in parks. I'm sleeping not on sidewalks. I never slept on a sidewalk. But I would have eventually, once I would have, because I was so exhausted sometimes. Yeah. You know, I would often sit in a Starbucks, especially during the night. I would find 24-hour place to sit either inside or sit nearby. So again, I would have access to people, and it was all about safety.
Wow.
And that sleep deprivation, what it does to your mind.
Oh.
You know, that would be so difficult.
I can't even imagine that part. Wow.
Yeah, some people say that my nights working as a nurse and my shift work might have semi-prepared me for not sleeping at night.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
wow.
honestly, that was so hard. And then it was the culture shock of going into East Hastings, because I visited East Hastings every day. Mm-hmm. To me, you know, it has a very special place in my heart. Yeah. And anyway, just to see, you know, the brokenness and the drug addiction and, you know, seeing that they don't feel like they have a way out. And I felt so broken for them. Mm-hmm. And, you know, my heart was just a heart filled with prayer. I have to say that. Like, I prayed for those people, and I was grieved for the city. And those 30 days, I did a lot of mumbling under my breath, you know, just for the brokenness of those people, you know, that I saw every day.
Yeah.
Well, I
mean, it's so hard even driving down that street.
Yeah,
you know,
even just driving
once a
past
year,
it
and you know,
is
just
hard.
it's so hard on you know, just knowing what people are going through. But for you to see that every single day for 30 days, and that would just be so difficult.
Oh yeah. Now you mentioned you're a mother and a wife. Mm-hmm. How did your kids? And your kids are probably, you mentioned they were young back then. They're probably older now. How do they feel about this 30-month or 30-day venture you went on? Oh, my goodness.
Well, I think that's always an interesting question because, like, I'm very much, you know, I made my decision to go. And, of course, my husband supported me because I think he knew I felt released to go and I felt led to go. So he released me because of that. Yeah. But I really did discuss it a lot with my children because my last one had just graduated high school. And so it was the following year. And I just really, I feel kind of bad about it, actually. I write about it in the book. But I feel kind of bad that I didn't like sit the whole family down and have this like big conversation that you should have as a mother leaving your children and going to the streets of Vancouver. But they took it in stride. I can remember my daughter was going to a Bible college in Abbotsford at the time. And I said, you know, have you told the kids like that I'm going homeless? And she said, yes, I have. And I said, well, what do the kids think, you know, at the college? Yeah. And she says, they either think you're cool or crazy. Like, that's it. It's cool or crazy. Those were the two. Yeah.
Wow.
So, and my husband, I think, just felt that release. But I think as it got closer and closer, I think he started to realize that he was sending me out, you know, in not the safest place around. And I think that's when he kind of got this heightened kind of fear for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he started to be a little bit more, maybe we should get a tracker on your phone, maybe we should do this and that. And, but we didn't do any of those things. Right. But I think he just started to feel, you know, the stress for me going out there.
He probably didn't sleep for the whole month.
I'm pretty sure he probably didn't.
Yeah, but I have to tell you a funny story because picking how many days I was going to go was, a bit of an issue.
Yeah.
So, it was first going to be, I don't know, it was maybe even 60 days. But one day I decided, 21 days isn't a bad amount of time. Like 21 days is the length to break a habit. So I introduced this to my husband. Yeah. And I say, what about 21 days? And he says, I don't think that's long enough. And I thought, well, you're not going homeless. Like, easy for you to say.
Wow.
So it was supposed to be 30 days, and, that's why it was 30 days, but I just found that humorous.
That's very funny. Now, I understand you have a video to show us of your, the last day you were homeless. There's a beautiful video. So we'll be right back after this video.
It's been quite a journey. I have chosen to end at this point called Hallelujah Point because it was a very popular site. The reason it has its name of Hallelujah Point is because the Salvation Army used to meet here exactly on these grasses in Stanley Park, and the shouts of hallelujah would be heard straight across the city when they would praise the Lord. And I have been very, very thankful for this special journey that I've been able to take. But I think of this song by Leonard Cohen and the broken hallelujahs that are being sung in this city that is from the drug addict to the homeless teenager to people who are physically and emotionally broken and people that just can't seem to make it because of the pain in their lives, and that's to me their broken hallelujah. And I believe 100% that we want to bring change to that very thing, and that's why we want to champion with youth, homeless youth, and build a youth shelter for them.
Wow.
Oh my goodness,
that was
just so
beautiful, heartfelt
oh my goodness.
video.
Yeah.
Your last day
thank
there,
you.
right? You had one more night then?
Yeah, I had one more night.
Wow.
And actually that last night I stayed in a fancy hotel
You did?
on the bathroom floor. And my dad,
Oh
my
goodness.
I had the view of the toilet bowl, which was very beautiful. It was a marble porcelain floor.
Oh, at least it was marble.
Because I wanted to see it. It had been a relatively nice summer's, like it had been relatively nice weather. And if it would have been more rainy, I would have had to be more strategic. So I wanted to see if I could actually stay in a hotel all night and get away with it. And I was successful.
Wow.
Wow, amazing.
Oh my goodness.
So, Gert, can you share us one or two of your hardest moments that you had during those 30 days?
I think one of the hardest moments was just the realization of the dangers out there. Like you're walking down the street and truly you're not completely aware of it. I can remember seeing pictures of missing people or people who had been murdered. So those always struck you a little bit more since you were homeless.
Right.
And then I can remember walking down East Hastings, actually my first time walking down East Hastings. And I got to the corner of Main and East Hastings, and I can remember standing, waiting for the light to change. And this gentleman was standing beside me, and all of a sudden he dropped something on the ground, and it was an X-Acto knife. And we both looked down, and we both looked up at each other, and we looked down again, and he picked it up, and he quickly slid it into his pocket. And I think it just made me realize, I thought he wasn't a mover. And needed it for cutting boxes. I thought maybe he had other purposes, and those are sharp things.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
I know that
Oh,
from
my goodness.
emergency. So, I just was that realization. And
what the dangers were out there.
What the dangers were.
Oh my goodness. Well, you did such an incredible feat that most of us would never do, and it helped to raise awareness, but it also raised money. So, share with us, how much you raised and what organizations that money went to.
Well, I was able to raise money for Metro Kids Society, which is, of course, near and dear to my heart, because our motto is giving inner city kids a chance, and just to be there to support them, to walk beside them, through many difficult situations. So that was something that we actually championed at that time, youth homelessness specifically. And we have been able since that time to help the youth. But altogether, we were able to raise $25,000.
Wow.
Which I was
That's amazing.
so excited about.
Incredible.
So that was so amazing. And I mean, I just, even now, just say thank you to all of those people who supported me on this journey, because, you know, they really, even though I was the one out there, they were the ones who made the difference. You know, if they didn't support me financially, then we wouldn't have been able to make a difference.
Right.
And then, of course, I ventured to all of these different places. I ventured to all soup kitchens, and I ventured to the Gathering Place, which is a place for homeless individuals. And so these different organizations, the Baptist Church and their Tuesday night where you can stay overnight. So all of these places that I had visited, that I had utilized, we used 1/3 went back to those ministries on the downtown east side. Those people that are doing it every day, those caring, amazing individuals.
Oh, that must have felt so good to be able to have done that.
Yeah, it really did. It really did.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, thank you so much for sharing with us today, Gert.
Yes, that was amazing.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me and giving me this opportunity.
It was amazing. We loved having you. We'll have to have you back.
Thank you.
Anyways, up next, Treasure Trails. Welcome to Treasure Trails! And we're back. It's been a couple of weeks.
Yes, but we haven't stopped hiking.
No, we haven't.
And today we're on the Abbey Grind.
And I have never tried the Abbey Grind
I'm
before.
so excited to show her.
I hear it's really steep.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's right by the shooting
And it's
range.
a quiet, peaceful hike.
Except for the shooting.
Yes.
Okay, which way, Jenny? A small path that way or the other path that way?
I like the steep one.
All right. Come on, Jenny, it's so fun. This is steep.
We are in season 2.
And I'm still breathing.
Breathing so hard. Trish, what are you doing?
I'm resting.
Oh my goodness. We're almost
It's
there.
hard. Oh, sure, you're showing off. Jenny, what does this sign mean?
We're halfway there.
What? We're only halfway? Wow. Jenny's gone way ahead of me. I can't see her on this path. Where is she? Ah! Which way, Jenny? There's that path and there's that path. Oh, 3/4 of the way, I see.
Hey, Trish, want to do some more rock climbing?
I don't think so. Jenny, this is rock climbing.
Viewpoint's over here. Let's go.
We did it!
We made it to the top and we get these beautiful valley views over Abbotsford. Absolutely gorgeous.
Okay, now I know why they call it the Abbey Grind. That was hard.
Yes, but you did it.
And they do say it's a moderate hike, 3.4 kilometers up and down, but
Yes.
it's very steep.
Yes, it's very steep. But you know what? Nothing compared to what our guest speaker that we just had did.
Oh yeah, it's nothing
Like,
compared to what she went
went
through.
for a whole month, 30
And you know
days.
what? I was thinking about that as we were walking up. I was like, wow,
Yeah.
this, I should not complain. This is nothing compared to that.
Absolutely. But anyway, great hike, and just out of Abbotsford, in between Chilliwack and Abbotsford.
All right, are we ready to hide the treasure?
Got it right here.
Should we explain the way it's working for season 2?
Absolutely.
Okay, so for season 2, you get a letter, and it gives you instructions of where to pick up the treasure.
Well, since the weather is getting a little worse, we don't want to be hiding our wonderful little gifts out here in the wilderness, so we got this.
Yes. All right, so I think we're gonna hide it somewhere up there. So we're on the top of Abbey Grind. So it's somewhere on the up there. The Abbey Grind is there's no outhouses or washrooms, so if you have to go, it's nature.
Hey, privacy, please.
Oops. All right, we're at
Bye.
the end of our treasure trail today.
The Abbey Grind is definitely a grind. I think it's actually harder coming down than going up.
Not for me though.
My toes and my knees.
Anyways,
happy treasure hunting.
Oh, I think I've been hit.
Oh.
Welcome back.
And that was such a great hike, and such beautiful views at the top of the Abbey Grind. Overlooking
great. It was
overlooking the
great.
Fraser Valley and the mountains that were behind that. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Beautiful. And you know, it's only a 3.4 kilometer hike.
Only
Out
only.
and back.
Only
Just
up
that,
and down. And I did love the trail, but a couple of things I would suggest to whoever may be responsible for the trail is they definitely need a biffy there.
What's a biffy? A biffy?
A biffy.
What's a biffy?
You don't know what a biffy is?
No, I have no idea.
What's that? Outhouse. Is that not?
Oh, an outhouse.
Yeah,
a biffy.
Yeah. Well, especially for people who drink 5 cups of coffee before they go hiking.
Okay, which would be you.
Yeah, which
Yes.
would be me. And then I have to say that the shooting range there was not the best. You're going for this beautiful, quiet.
I know, and then every
hike,
once in a
that's-
while
all these guns are going off, and
It was a little nerve-wracking, yes.
yeah. There could have been some flying bullets. That's
I
all
know,
I could
there
think
could
of.
have been. Yes.
Yeah, but.
Anyways,
Yeah.
it was so great to hear from Gert.
Oh, yeah.
My goodness.
So
really, really touched me. It was
yeah.
a real eye-opener.
Absolutely. And you know what? We need more solutions for businesses, or for the homelessness, sorry. And,
Yes.
if anyone's looking to give donations, it's such a great cause. Check out Metro Kids Society.
Yes. And so we have some birthday wishes this week as well.
Yes. So happy birthday to my mom, whose birthday would have been on October 4th. So I just
Oh,
had to say
right.
that.
She
Yeah.
moved to heaven.
Yeah.
I forgot, yes. And also, happy birthday to Don.
Yeah.
Leon.
Lane.
Lane.
He got it.
Oh, Chilliwack TV's newscaster for his birthday is October 6th.
Happy
Yeah.
birthday. Now for next week, we are interviewing Candace Bernier, a powerhouse of a woman, life champion who will share her story about not giving up when the odds were completely against her.
And anyone who wants to share with us questions, feedbacks, or requests for topics, email us at chillandchattv@gmail.com.
Until next time,
Cheers.
keep chilling and chatting.